the sun, you can feel the heat. When the pressures rise, building up inside, trying to break it down, but you come back stronger, ready to fight. Can't wait any longer. It's our time. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Ethan Burrell, big spin by the 50-60s, it won't be enough. Chris Frederick on the back of Johnny Johns, who covered the spot. Johnny Tommy, it's going to Victor Lane at the Kona scores the win. The home place beer company by
It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Good evening, everyone. Bear with us a minute. We got some technical issues we're trying to work through. Alex can't hear me. I'm Dave. We're here in New Hampshire. We're trying to get it started here. They are, I believe, on a pace lap. Go ahead and give you something to watch here while I try to figure out the audio issues. This is not a memory lanes race. Sorry, I'll fix that shortly. Like Nick Massey on the pole. Numbers in yellow will be our chasers. I think I got a little fixing there to do on that too as well. Stop saying disclaimers about give me a second, but we'll get you out. We'll at least let you watch the action while I get this all figured out. High winds up here in Indiana. 60-mile-an-hour winds today. Kind of blew everything, blew the power out on me at the last second. So kind of scrambling to get going here.
Alright, so we are live, and we apologize for the technical difficulties we are experiencing. I, myself, cannot hear my partner, Dave, if we are on the air. And I honestly don't know if I can be heard at all. But this is the Magic Mile 150 at New Hampshire, giving you a taste of the action here. It might just be one-sided for now. as we take a look and see Tate Lytle, who I believe grabbed the pole, off to a healthy lead. The round of 9 is already underway. Just 4 races left in this season. Caution is out. First one of the night. Something in the back of the pack. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Whiskey Cash replay. Oh, we're taking it way back. Alright, looks like Matthew Weeks, Stuart Campbell in the 31, perhaps? Tristy Keeple in the 9. Trey Holmes, I believe, is in that 88. Oh, and it's going to be the 12. Just a little bit loose out of turn 2. Or 4, excuse me. Zach Rogers bringing out our first caution of the night. Looked like he was by himself. Was there any help? Nope. Back on the power and got around from him. So the caution flag is out. We are going to take a short break and try to remedy some of these the technical issues that we are having. But don't go anywhere. This is Memory Lanes 150. Set for the restart here. It's going to be one-sided. We apologize for those technical difficulties. Tate Lytle brings the field back under the green flag. We are back to racing at the Magic Mile. Take a look. Some of the action further deep in this field, 3 wide. And these guys are getting after it. Oh, we got one car loose and onto pit road already. Don't know who that was, but they got very low, and I believe pit road is going to take him in. I don't think that'll draw out a caution. It was a red car. And I thought it may have been Harrison Tower. Take a look, and yep. Right onto pit road. Oh, that is unfortunate damage. And also, I believe it will be a penalty. Speeding on pit road there. So already in a hole. He's going to go a lap down here to the leaders. R.C. Anderson, though, right on the back bumper of Tate Lytle. Lytle trying to make sure his name is a part of that championship battle for the third year in a row. He is going to relinquish that lead, though. He'll give it to R.C. to put up a fight. Here comes Nick Massey, driver who was eliminated out of that round of 14 last week, or 2 weeks ago when we were at Talladega. Caution is out for the second time here tonight. And I'm going to guess it's turn 4. This one is going to involve the 18 of Joshua Personette, we think. Two for two, yep. That turn 4. Tricky transition back onto the flat of the racetrack, and he just simply spins out. Second caution flag of the night. I remember New Hampshire being a tricky place for some of these drivers to handle. As you take a look at the championship standings, Tyler Fode, R.C. Anderson, Tate Lytle, and Chad Frankenfield currently have those top spots. Or 5 other guys: Shane Darian, Matt Weeks, Joshua Clark, Ryan Gavel, and Hank Steinmiller. Harrison Talon going to get the wave around. That is good for him. And because it is only just me, and unfortunately, I cannot hear my partner Dave. Dave, I miss you, man.
Hey, I can talk to you, and then you can't hear it until you go back and watch the replay.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Magic Mile 150 on the Elite Racing Network. we are getting set for the restart here. No takers on pit road. I expect this to be or I expect that to be the norm until we reach that fuel window here. Getting set for the restart here. RC Anderson gonna lead them down. Tate Lytle on his outside. The green flag back in the air. We are once again racing Magic Mile. Good start by Tate Lytle, keeping it in stride with RC. And, oh, caution already out again. I was worried about this. This racetrack is pretty tricky. I don't even think that was turn 4 this time. This one is going to be for Jeff Green. Oh, he cuts across just a little bit on the one. Oh, over for the 44 Michael Goodman to go. And that is a pretty savage hit for Jeff Green. Let's see, did Tyler Foley get a piece of this? Oh my goodness. That is not something you want to see. Out your front windshield, a car careening out of control. Thankfully, he was not a victim, just had one hell of a view. Under caution here for the third time. It could be that type of night here. We'll find out and have more for you when we come back. All right, we are back. Cleaning up our third caution quickly already. It could be one of those nights. Survival. R.C. Anderson back under the green flag. Tate Lytle and Chad Frankenfield right behind him. Tate's gonna give up that spot, it looks like, to Chad as they enter turn 3 and 4, which has been the trouble area all night long for these race cars. RC gonna get out to a pretty healthy lead here. The battle is raging on, though. 4th place on bat. Taking a look, Nick Massey has lost a couple of spots. He's now back to the 5th position. Ryan Gavel, one of those cars on the outside looking in. Take a look at that scoreboard. You can see cars fighting and that are in yellow. The cars that are needing to get every point to make sure they're in that top 4. And if we do not have one of our championship grid players win tonight's race, that will leave a spot open to make it at least 2 on points that we know of. So every point can count. Nick Massey not having the best season after a really strong showing last season. And we have already mentioned he failed to advance. Just trying to end the season on a high note. Could it be with a win here today? Ryan Gavel, one of those drivers trying to make a name for himself out here, and he's done a good job of it, but he's on the outside looking in. Taking a look behind him, we see Gerald Campbell and Matthew Weeks. Gerald Campbell having a good run inside the top 10. Doesn't always necessarily finish there, but when he's good, he's good. Always expect a top 10 run out of that 31. Look at this side-by-side action. Woo! Things got pretty close there. That was Jesse Rasmussen. Staying who is also, I believe, looking on the outside, looking in for one of those top 4 spots, and really could be a threat. There are probably some drivers that don't want to see him in the championship 4, and that's because he would be a strong character to win it all. See the 90th Scott Crump right behind him. As we take a look at the Whiskey Gas replay. Andrew Rucker and the 64 are going to be the star of this one. Oh, he got into the side. I'm telling you, that one car. Oh, that was a big slide. Able to lock it down. And we don't have a caution. But he is going to lose a number of spots here. That one car, everybody has been driving over it. And it has not been his fault. Joshua Adams. surprised to see Talafoti in the 16th position there. Must not have had a good qualifying run. Slowly but surely making his way through the field. As we get some laps under the green flag. This run, the longest of the night at 10 laps, now making 11. The leaders flash across the stripe. Everything's still happening behind RC Anderson, who has opened up to about a 6 car length lead in front of Tate Lytle, our pole setter for the night. This is the closest battle we have, Scott Crump and Johnny Thomas. Just ahead of him. 4 cars into it. '57 of Chris Wright. Doing all he can. Looks right on board. This track very unique in the fact that there really is no banking in the corners. You have got to hustle these cars into the corner, hope it sticks. And the 4th yellow flag is out. So our longest run of the night stands at about 13 laps. See what brought it out. The Whiskey Cash Replay. Brent Jones in the 89. Oh, looks like he got some help. 16. Oh, and then the 12 finished him off. He may have had a chance to save that, but Zach Rogers, and unfortunately, that is his second incident of the night. He was just wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, the 16 gets into the 89 there. And Rogers in that 12 car had nowhere to go. I'm going to hand it to my colleague Dave. Dave, I can't hear you, but you have some sponsor reads here as the pit road is open.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. I want to announce the premier sponsors. Kind of caught me a little off guard. Even though you told me it was going to happen, I wasn't quite ready. So our premier sponsors, you saw the ad by TA Services. TA Services for over 36 years. TA Services has been trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. Our second premier sponsor is Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. For small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. And our final premier sponsor for the 22B season is BreezyCam. Breezy is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston. They are on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Gone are the days of carrying around a tripod or selfie stick. They help their customers and users tell better stories around meaningful moments. They let anyone tap into nearby cameras to capture group memories at iconic places, as if users were controlling their own native camera app, except now from a perfectly positioned vantage point. Today you can find Breezy at well-known sports venues and cultural landmarks across 4 continents. So we're going to step away here for a minute, and we'll be right back with the action as we get ready to go green.
coming back from our fourth caution flag of the night. Chris Wright may have been the only car to stay out. He inherited the lead. Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, RC Anderson into the outside wall hard in turn number 4. And I don't think that brought out caution. Now we're gonna get one as they are spinning in turn 2. Oh my. I don't know who went around, but that began. I thought it was a 15 to Chad Frankenfield. And this was after contact, yes, right there, between RC Anderson. Let's take a look and see how this unfolds. Chris Wright, who is on older tires, so he's kind of a roadblock right here. And I have to wonder if RC turned down right there just a little bit. I think he did, and clipped Chad Frankenfield, who loses a ton of momentum. Damage now to the 50, who had a strong car. He was leading before that second to last caution flag, and now they get into turn 1 and 2. A big loss of momentum here as everyone scrambles, and let's see what happened here. You see the 17 just doesn't have the entry he really needs, and he gets into the left quarter panel, rear quarter panel of Chad, and sends him around in the 50. That's insult to injury right there. And 2 of our championship hopefuls for that Champ 4 are involved, as well as the 32 there. Don't know if I would necessarily place that all on the 17 though. He unfortunately he was put in a no-win situation there because of the issue that transpired with the 50 ahead of him. So Rusty Capel with the spin, and RC Anderson's gonna bring that car down pit road. I think he's just hard on the brakes trying to avoid, and gets around going. No harm, no foul for the 9 car. Wow. Just like that, blink of an eye, things can change for you. I mean, that took out 2 of our championship hopefuls right there. Chad Frankenfield and RC Anderson. Taking a look at the top 10, and we'll be back with the restart momentarily. Don't go anywhere. All right, cleaning up our fifth caution. Pete Lytle, the pole sitter, elected to start on the outside. He gets off and away. Chris Wright, who had stayed out that caution, electing to come in and get service. I think rightfully so. He would have been. Oh my goodness! A big crash on the backstretch, and our sixth caution is out. Oh, some days you're the bug, some days you are the windshield, and let's take a look and see what happened here. There were a number of cars involved. Ooh, Gerald Campbell starts the tail whip, and he can't avoid that one. The one car comes back across the track and collecting the 23, and that was odd to see him lose that in kind of the middle of the straightaway there. Yeah, he just tail whips it. And Harrison Talent has nowhere to go. The 88 Trey Holmes, Zach Rogers, or Robert Hill, excuse me, in that 2 car. And I mean, that was a big crash. At least 6 or 7 vehicles involved. On board with the 2. Where do you go when trouble breaks out in front of you? He had no chance of really missing that. It all kind of swept out in front of him. That is unfortunate. That is going to be good news, though, for some of our drivers that were in the back of the field, including Chad Frankenfield and R.C. Anderson. They were not involved in that. Thankfully so. They should be able to get some of the track position, inherit some. But we are under caution here for the 6th time. We'll go back to commercial break. I really don't have that much to say to you guys, considering I'm the only one talking. So we'll save my voice. Just over 100 to go. Cleaning up our 6th caution flag of the night. It has been that type of night. Oh, Nick Massey doesn't get going. Pro Edge Racing on the inside gets a heck of a start. And Matthew Weeks all the way up to second place. Ryan Gavel fighting for fourth with Hank Steinmiller. Gavel had a little bit of damage as well with that RC Anderson incident. Good to see that it has not slowed his pace down. As we try to get this field strung out a little bit. Clicking off some of these laps, now just 100 to go. Matthew Weeks, Pro Edge Racing teammate to Tate Lytle. 3 wide, mid-pack. It's all Scott Crump in the mix of that. About 9-car breakaway before we get some of the double file action here. As my computer actually has stopped. I don't know if that is an error with our technical. Oh, there we go. Back underway. We have had all types of technical difficulties. All gremlins fighting us here tonight there, Dave. But we're gonna get through it, even though I can't hear you.
I'm here in spirit, Alex. If you watch the replay later, you'll know I was here with you the whole time.
Hank Steinmiller, one of those drivers trying to make ground on the top 4. What can these drivers that are in the red do tonight against drivers that are in the yellow? We've already seen trouble for RC Anderson and Chad Frankenfield. Can the guys in the red capitalize on the mistakes of others? Taking a look, I don't see RC Anderson. There he is in the 21st position. But the right side of that car pretty heavily used up. Still has some pace though, as I think that was Michael Hossack that had an issue in turn 1 to 2. And I believe, I don't know what the fuel window is. I never know what the fuel window is. One of these nights, we will figure that out. But for now, I believe we could be within the fuel window, which means that we run this thing to the end. It's very close to 100 laps in real life, so it'll be interesting to see if we carry on this pace and we continue to see this green flag. Tate Lytle, our pole sitter, still leading, but Matthew Weeks right behind him. Tyler Fody. We have seen that car creep ever so closer and closer. What he's done all season long, he continues to prove here. He's now up in the 8th position. Championship leader has avoided calamity all over the place on his charge to the front. I wouldn't say that Tate Lytle up front is driving comfortably, but he has to feel a little bit less pressure with the teammate right behind him. That allows him just to focus up front, know what's at stake behind him. No driver really is nearby him, and even though Matthew is a championship contender, he's gonna race Tate pretty cleanly here, and I don't think he'll force the issue too much. 90 laps to go. Caution. The 7th one of the night. I don't think we've had more than, I think our longest green flag run has been 13 laps. Andrew Rucker? Or was it Joshua Adam? Yes, in that one car, excuse me. He has had trouble all around him, but this one might be for him. Oh yeah, the back end of the car looks very light. And that was an odd self-spin as the field splits him. Woo! Michael Hossack doing a good job. He had a heck of a view to avoid the spinning one car. And you can just see that. Woo! Number 1 at fault, yep. How close that was to change your line. You really only have one shot. And I mean, inches. Under caution here for the 7th time. We'll be right back. You're watching the Elite. Or excuse me, you're watching the JoinAPS.com Cup Series on the Elite Racing Network. welcome back. New change up front. Scott Crump not going down pit road. He is the control car. Those on newer tires behind him, which includes most, if not the rest of the field. Scott Crump trying to get away. Tate Lytle giving chase. $85 laps to go. Getting to the halfway point of this race. You need to start making your move and making your way toward the front. Scott Crump on older tires doing all he can, but he just doesn't have the pace. And you see Tate Lytle right there in the center of the corner there. Got one heck of a push or a bite and was able to drive away really deep. That's what new tires allows on these race cars. And he's bringing along Matthew Weeks and Ryan Gavin with him. He's going to be in a world full of hurt here in a second. He cannot minimize that bleeding. Crump now fighting for 7th place. My goodness, excuse me. Right in front of Johnny Thomas, who's going to go for a spin. 8th caution flag of the night. Johnny Thomas in the 91 and the 15 at Chad Frankenfield involved in this one. See what happened here? He was underneath Scott Crump when the car just got out from up under him. Oh yeah, just one of those self spins, and everybody does a well of a job telling you. Zach Rogers got a hit, but the 15 at Chad Frankenfield, we right on board. Hopefully he didn't hit that inside wall, but nobody else hit him for a car inside the top 10. 30 cars on the track. Pretty amazing. Nobody else was involved. On board with the 15. He's not going to have a very fun view of this one. See trouble ahead of him. He's bringing up, but now he's in a slide and ooh. Oh, just kissed it. Don't know if that's very much damage, but he did make contact with the inside of the track there. And it has not been a night for Chad Frankenfield. Don't know how much damage, but he'll lose a ton of spots, and both he and Johnny Thomas are going to have to go to the back of the pack. Caution, the 8th one of the night. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It has been about the key to survival here tonight at the Magic Mile. Easier to tell you who has not had a problem than the cars who have had. Green flag though back out, and we are racing. You can see 3 wide action mid-pack. Tate Lytle though trying to make sure his name is part of the championship grid for the 3rd time in a row. And those odds are pretty well stacked for him, considering he's our 2-time defending champion. Got a teammate though that could wreak havoc on him. Massive Weeks, not doing too shabby. Ooh, one car bouncing off the outside wall there. Back in the field, but we stay under the green flag. Nick Massey, Jesse Rasmus. Rasmussen's having a strong run here inside at the top 10. Working on the outside lane, trying to get there. Gaggle of cars, Joshua Clark. Haven't mentioned his name much, but he's one of our chasers as well. Right now, just outside the top 10 in the 12th position. See Zach Rogers, he's had an up and down day. Ooh, car on the wall there, that was Trey Holmes. He nicked it pretty well. He's gonna lose at least 3 or 4 spots. See Chad Frankenfield probably on those new tires, helping him gain some track position. And he's doing so exactly just that. No give up in that 15 car. Oh, we got 1 car around in the back stretch. Don't know if that'll bring out a yellow. I think it was the 81 car. And the 9th caution flag is out. Joshua Clark, oh no! We were just talking about him. Said we hadn't mentioned his name all night, and now Pro Racing driver with a problem. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Did he have some type of help? Oh, just started to tail whip him, and the one could not get off him. And the Wawa Toyota Camry goes into the wall. Unfortunate, lose a ton of spots there, back in the 29th position there. You see from this one car there, but I do not put that on the one. Look like the 28 right there, and you're already in the gas at that point. Don't know if he could have cut the 28 a break. Been declared a racing incident, no tally. I would agree with that. Caution flag number 9, Tate Lytle on pit road here. This will change up some strategy. We'll document it all when we come back, you're watching the JoinAPS.com Cup Series on the Elite Racing Network. Alrighty, getting set for the restart there. We had a change up front. Matthew Weeks going to be the leader currently. Tate Lytle electing to go down pit road there. Interesting call. Puts him back in the 15th position. Trouble. Joshua Adams turned to the outside wall, and our 10th caution flag is out. Let's take a look and see what happened to this one car. This is in the middle of the straightaway. Ooh. Hunter Smith in the 17 kind of got into the side of him there. And then Adams gets pounded by the 81. I apologize if you hear my dog's true toy. They get making his normal Wednesday appearance. Don't know if that's netcode or, but it definitely Hunter Smith got into the side of him. Ooh. And was there more action on pit road? Interesting. Don't know what to make of that. Definitely a broken toe link, though. And that's going to be in need of some lengthy repairs for that 17 car. This caution gives us a chance to do more sponsor reads, so I'm gonna give it to my good friend Dave. I cannot hear you, Dave, but if we do our second read of our sponsor reads, and then we'll take a quick commercial break and bring it back to the action under the green flag.
All right, Alex, our premier partners, TA Services. For over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing, and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg Marketing is the marketing department for small business. Small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. Constraints, catalyze, and creativity. We help businesses punch above their weight class. And finally, BreezyCam. Breezy is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston. They're on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Gone are the days of carrying around a tripod or selfie stick. They help their customers and users tell better stories around meaningful moments. They let anyone tap into nearby cameras to capture group memories at iconic places as if users were controlling their own native camera app, except now from a perfectly positioned vantage point. Today you can find Breezy at well-known sports venues and cultural landmarks across 4 continents. And our series sponsor, Join APS. Join APS offers a complete solution of all types of businesses that need to process credit card-related transactions. Their industry-specific solutions provide the best options for your business model. They have experienced client service representatives who understand your processing needs all. And we'll be right back as we get ready to go to green.
All right, getting set for our 10th restart of the night. Matthew Weeks, Ryan Gavel on the front row. 2 drivers on the outside looking in for that special golden ticket to allow them to say that they're a part of the championship 4. Look who has crept into the top 5. Tyler Fody. And Chad Frankenfield, after being involved in that earlier incidents, plural. He's done something with that car, and he's back up inside the top 10. A great run for the league owner. "28 cars on the lead path, on the track. And on the lead lap here. Chad giving the business to the back bumper of the 57 car. He wants to get going in a hurry, and that is a battle inside the top 5. Meanwhile, Ryan Gavel has gotten past Matthew Weeks. Didn't see that. But a new leader, that 01 car. Oh! Saw some action further deep in field as Chad is able to cut and get underneath Chris Wright. Will it work out for him? does so, he'll take a top 5 spot as the Whiskey Cash Replay gets the lead change here. Oh, looks like a little bit of trouble out of the 11 car. And the 01 now in position number 1. How about Tate Lytle, though? R.C. Anderson also working his way back inside the field. It was an interesting call for Tate to go down when he did on that set of tires. So he has some fresh tires here, but he's lost some key track position. Oh, Chris Wright gets R.C. Anderson and into the outside wall before slamming back on the inside wall. Caution number 11. It has not been R.C. Anderson's day, especially around the 57 car. That's what got him in trouble the last time, and it's going to bite him again. Oh my goodness. The 2 was unable to avoid that, so Robert Hill also getting damage in that as well. Caution flag number 11 in a big pile up there in turn 1. That's right on board Robert Hill Jr. He just needed a couple of inches and unfortunately gets collected in a big way. Ooh, there was a car on its side. That was the 91 of Johnny Thomas who flew in there. You talk about needing an inch. That's exactly what. Just kind of got pinched on his side right there, but the days or nights it has not been, that list is growing. Not a fun feeling. A multi-car pileup in turn number 1. After R.C. Anderson and Chris Wright get into it again. That's their second issue of the night. Oh, Andrew Rucker. Oh, net code. Okay. That's unfortunate, but the 16 can avoid Andrew Rucker. And it's a 4-car jam session into the outside wall. Caution number 11. We'll be right back. This is mile 150. quite the change-up to lead lap 100 here. Harrison Talon. Andrew Rucker on the front row here. Andrew Rucker doesn't get going at all in that outside lane. Ryan Gavel all over the back bumper of him. Saw quite the change up there for a position as a little bit of net code. And a blink and more contact in the back of the pack. Is that Matthew Weeks into the inside wall? I think so. Caution number 12. With a red car. Let's see what happened here. Immediately on the backstretch. There is just not a safe spot at all on this racetrack. Don't know. Yet Matthew Weeks got turned and Trey Holmes gets pounded by the 32. But let's take a look and see what happened here. This began, Andrew Rucker in that 64 car did not get a good restart there. But Ryan Gavel, more netcode, just gotten into the side. I mean, Tate Lytle barely avoids that, and Trey Holmes, the next car by, doesn't. And it blocks the track. Matthew Weeks, who was having a good run, so was Trey Holmes as well. Let's right on board. Which way do you go? And unfortunately, he just spun right in the path, and that is a pretty significant hit. That is gonna lead to some damage. Ryan Gavel getting the tally there, so they don't fill it with net code. They felt like he came down, and that's what it looked like on our screen. Unfortunate. It's gonna take out a heavy hitter like the 11 car Matthew Weeks. Under caution here for the 12th time at New Hampshire. Caution. Hopefully that didn't carry on and clean up our 12th caution flag. Harrison Talon, Nick Massey, Chad Frankenfield, our top three. The days our top three drivers have had. And look at Tate Lytle, the pole sitter, looking underneath. He's going to get a 2-for-1 special on the exit of turn 2. He's looking for more. Right now, Chad Frankenfield is the highest running chaser that we have, but Tate Lytle wants that all for himself. And he's doing a good job. This is where the car has been really able to show off its speed right on the exit of turn 2 there. Oh my goodness. Oh, Chad and Tate bounce off one another. Chad actually got a piece of the wall there. We still have 44 laps to go. Don't want to throw away anything just yet, as Nick Massey has gotten away with the lead. But Tate Lytle now, hot and heavy. Looked like we had one car, it was a black car, that got into the outside wall there. Let's take a look and see what happened on the Whiskey Cast replay. Between the 24 and the 32. Oh! Whoa! No caution for that.
No, Mark. No.
I believe. Yeah, we're still under the green flag. Interesting. Oh, Hank and Andrew Rucker getting pretty close together. Here comes Scott Crump. Another 2-for-1 special. Oh, Crump gonna get a tap from the 64 car. He hangs on. That was a tap. See Harrison Talon starting to lose touch and a little bit of pace out of that race car there. Interesting to see if he comes down pit road again, if he'll be on the upside of that strategy. St. Arian doing an excellent job. He's inside the top 10, and our 13th caution flag is out. Who's it unlucky for? It involves a 3-1. Gerald Campbell. Oh, just a little bit. Got a little too high there. Into the side of Matthew Weeks and Trey Holmes. R.C. Anderson. Talk about the bad luck continues for those drivers. And Michael Goodman and the 81 car also involved. Gerald Campbell. I had just talked about how he's normally a top 10 car if he can keep it there, but unfortunately, that has not been the case. To go on board with R.C. Anderson, who gets more nose damage. And that was a pretty hefty hit to the front end of that car. Some nose damage, I would expect, on that machine. Right on board, the number 2. He does a good job going where they were not, and that's, I mean, these guys are professional drivers, but that looked like a path that I would not have taken had it been me, so congrats to him. under caution here for the 13th time. The ending of this race is coming up, though, so don't go anywhere. Cleaned up and ready to go for our 13th restart. Whoa, a big checkup, and Tate Lytle with an issue there on the inside. Here comes Ryan Gavel slicing to the inside. Nick Massey and Chad Frankenfield goes around in turn 2. Caution. And just like that, we are quickly back underneath the yellow flag. Something did not go right at all in that second lane. Tate must have spun the tires there, but don't know exactly how the 15 got out of shape. The 48 is the control car, but the 56 doesn't go right there once the 48 lets on, and from there, Tate does a good job just getting out of the way as to not create any more havoc behind him, but that's exactly what transpired. Ryan does Gavel does a great job getting up underneath there, but looks like the 15 and the 90 of Scott Crump. And if memory serves me right, these two, they were teammates last season, but they had issues like this before, and the 15 goes around again. He's going to get a piece of the 16 car, and the 60 also with a self-spin. R.C. Anderson, second time he's made contact with the 15, and that is going to be a tally. All the track position lost. High above, the 60 car, Joey Chapman just locking it down to avoid that. Unfortunate for Chad, who had rebounded really quite nicely and was looking to have a solid day. when all was said and done, take a look at this restart once again. Tate just spins the tires here. The 48 car is the control car. It's up to him. Anytime that Geico restart zone, he can fire off. It's a little bit of a late, but he does get the push. And Tate just wasn't ready for it. But yeah, I'm going to put that on the 15 as far as the spin, though. Tate's going to restart from that same position again. Hopefully he'll have a much better start. A restart. All right, our 14th restart of the night. Much better start this time. Up front, that is. Tate Lytle and Scott Crump battle it out for third. Here comes Ryan Gallo. That 01 car has had something to prove. And if it can get the speed it needs. Oh, we got trouble behind them. Turn number 4. I saw the car get loose. Don't know if that triggers the yellow. It so far has not. Here comes the 01 car back underneath the 48. 48's leaving a lot of the inside open there. And whatever transpired there has worked its way out of turn 3 and 4 a lap ago. See, some of the smoke has dissipated. I believe that may have been the 40 car, Talafoni. How about Matthew Weeks back up inside the top 5? Oh, Scott Crump into the wall there, battling hard with C11. We're at that point in the race where guys are starting to take a lot more than what they are giving out on the racetrack. Joshua Clark also trying to rebound and have a good day. Johnny Thomas. Lots of cars that are rebounding there. Oh my goodness. One car sliding, I believe that is Gray in the 81. It is. Yes. Big moment there. Nick Massey, though, trying to get away and secure a win, and also deny an automatic berth for one of these drivers behind him. He has 4 other drivers inside the top 5 that are seeking a berth automatically into the championship 4. That 48 car trying to deny that by being a winner here tonight. And if memory serves me correctly, oh, the 23 gets into the side of the 2 and hangs on. Well of a save but made by Harrison Dowland right there. He'll lose a couple of spots, but thankfully we're not underneath our 15th yellow flag. That was some serious driving out of the 23 car. All right, the counter switched down, 25 to go. I was saying during the break I like Brian Gavel and his chances, but he and Tate Lytle have actually lost a little bit of time to that 48 car. Are we done with the yellow flags? I don't think so.
Alex won't hear this till later, but I'm going to take Tate Lytle for the win.
Has my vote there. Dave, if you can hear me, maybe you want to highlight the driver that you think might sneak out and win this. Oh, he's going to go with the 56. That's not a bad pick. But these boys have some serious work to do if they want to catch that 48 car. I am impressed. The Remedy, all these Pro Edge racing cars, the 28 of Josh Clark as well, to be inside the top 10 after their issues here tonight. R.C. Anderson, that is a driver who I thought all was said and done the entire night. Oh, you see Jesse Rasmuth with an issue back straight away. Tate Lytle now under attack from the 11 of Matthew Weeks. That's not going to be good news for your pick there, Dave. But now the time is to get greedy, and that time is now. That 11 car perhaps can see that he's got a bit of a faster car than his teammate. He needs to put it to use right now before time gets away. And that 56 car allows him to do that. Nick Massey, I believe, was the winner here the last time we came here. And for our technical service, our technical difficulties, I'm not sure if we'll be able to have a true post-race show because I can't hear anybody. You guys can hear me though. That's good news, but I don't know if we'll be able to. Oh, Robert Hill in the 2 hangs on. Wow. What a save made by the 2 car. He was out in the grass there, almost out of the park. See another car in front of him. Look at this. Woo! That is keeping your foot in it. Interesting to see these cars get loose at just odd spots of the racetrack there. As we go back to live pictures here. I believe we're still in my screen slow motion. $17 to go. Now we've just lost our pink schemes on the cars there. Seeing an all white, at least on my screen there.
Yep, looks like Trading Paints has gone to white.
In the 56, Tate Lytle has lost a couple of spots here. He's going to lose one more. In danger of losing another. Falling back to the 6th position there outside of the top 5. Trey Holmes rebounding. A top 12. That is not a bad day, considering what has happened to the front end of that 88 car. All of which has not been his fault. Battle for second. I'm telling you, that 11 car is fast. And it might, if he can clear Ryan Gallo right here, which I believe he'll do so in this corner, he might have enough time to run down that 48 car. But Gallo's gonna hang right on his right rear. No, he can't get there. Move Gallo back to third and Weeks up to second. 14 to go. We're, dare I say, in the midst of one of our longest green flag runs of the night. Oh, and as I say that, there was a car in the backstretch. Oh, and he's got a Joshua Personette pounding the outside wall. We stay green. But these drivers are trying to bring out a caution. Steinmiller doing an excellent job inside the top 5. And in fact, with the exception of Joshua Clark, each driver that was outside of our championship 4 grid currently is ahead of him right now currently. RC Anderson, Tate Lytle, RC is back up to 6, which is insane. That is why you do not quit. He's gotten around Tate Lytle. 11 to go. 10 to go next time by. And Massey Weeks trying to close down, but the gap's about 0.7 of a second here. He's gonna need a little bit more if he wants to catch that 48 car. He's trying to get there though. He is hustling. Your ticket to the championship 4, less than half a second in front of you. And if he gets there, do you move him? He might have enough time. 9 laps to go. And are we done with the yellow flag? Could be our longest green flag run of the day to end this race. And the gap now 0.4. He's cut about 0.2 off. Just needs to keep it clean and green. No mistakes out of that 11 car. Can't afford to have a bobble you don't have the time to catch back up. Ryan Gallo's actually lost pace. He's in front of the 56, who also gets into Scott Crump, who pounds the inside wall there. And the right front is not moving. Excuse me, left front is not moving on my screen. I don't know if that means serious damage or what, but Scott Crump and his night might be coming to an end here, and I would expect that car to go down pit road. 5 to go next time by, and the gap's still about half a second. Yellow! The 15th yellow flag is out, and this will change everything. Harrison Talon going around on the front stretch. Did he have any help? Ooh. I'm telling you, this actually might play into Scott Crump's favor, but depending on if he was able to get in and out without the yellow flag trapping him a lap down, but he has a lot of damage, so that might not be the case for him. But he was on pit road when that yellow happened and not a lap down if there are any other takers here. Oh, well, that's odd. Don't know exactly what happened there. We're setting up for a green-white checker, and most of the field is on. Chris Wright got out first. I think it was a two-tire call. Is that a race-winning move? We will find out. A green-white checker to decide the Magic Mile 150 here on the Elite Racing Network. Green flag right after this. All right. Some risk takers, some shaker uppers, and a winner hopefully about to be decided here. Hank Steinmiller, our leader. 2 laps to go here. The Magic Mile 150. He gets off in a way in a pretty good, clean pass. They're 3 wide behind him. If they make it across the stripe, one car really below that yellow line. That's Nick Massey. Andrew Rucker giving chase, and they are crashing in turn 3. They didn't receive the white flag, so that means we will have a second attempt at a green-white checker. They were fanning out, man. Take a look and see what happened here. They were 3 wide throughout the entire field, really. See the 91. Oh, Chris Wright and R.C. Anderson. That is the 3rd time they've gotten together tonight. And Jesse Rasmuth going to be a victim in that one. Look how low this 48 car goes. He's underneath the apron right there. He's on the apron. But RC just doesn't give the 57 car a lot of room. It's taking out a handful of cars there. But if I'm RC and there's one car, I might not be given a lot of room on the racetrack after today. It might be that 57 car 5 wide gone bad. I like to see a situation where 5 wide has gone good. I'm telling you, who did want to see that caution with Hank Steinmiller. He had gotten away, man. And it was a pretty nifty lead he had built up. I don't think they were going to be able to catch him. And Hank is one of those drivers on the outside looking in. If he could lock up a spot in the championship Ford by winning here tonight, that would be pretty insane. Eight of our top 10 drivers are playoff grid drivers. In fact, the only 2 that are outside of that grid are Andrew Rucker in 2nd and Nick Massey in 5th place. They stacked up a little bit on that inside line there, but Cavill doing a good job. But this is just, this is what, 2 laps to go, and everybody on different strategy here is gonna get you. Ryan, oh! That is my commentator curse. I'm sorry, Ryan. That one is on me. All right. Hank just needs to have the perfect run that he had last time. 2 miles. That's all you need to do. That golden ticket to the championship 4 could be his. Mr. Steinmiller trying to get the dream season win here. And he gets going. A perfect launch. He's out by himself. They're side by side. Here comes Nick Massey underneath. And is that Matthew Weeks? Yes! A power move made by the 11 car. Oh my goodness. Rucker and Massey almost getting into it. Matthew Weeks, though, on newer tires, is going to have one final shot. Are we under caution? We are. Oh, and they're going to wreck. Even more so. Now, if I'm Steinmiller, I might be sweating some bullets here. Because that 11 car has some serious pace. Oh, we see Joey Chapman in the 60 and the 88. Trey Holmes made contact, but don't know if this is what. Set off the yellow flag. Oh, Alex Gray getting into the side of the 2, as well as Chris Wright. Synchronized spinning right there. Man, if I'm Hank, I'm gutted, man. Had this gone green, he probably would be in victory lane there. It's a gutsy call. He's gonna have to fend off that 11 car. And then Tate getting into Shane right there. Don't know exactly why Shane got loose, or if he was responding to the caution flag, and Tate was not at the time, but under caution here once again. Our 17th one of the night. Oh, the 16 just in a lane change, so he will have to start at the end of the line. Hank Steinmiller, Matthew Weeks battling for that golden ticket. And there Hank Steinmiller goes. Oh, and you saw that the 56 are they gonna crash? Because this would be considered our third green-white checker. They gather it up. So we will end the race here. And here comes Matthew Weeks right on the side. Steinmiller hard into the wall. And they crash hard in turn 3 and 4. And I believe that will give Matthew Weeks the win. And that is the final lap here of the Magic Mile 150. Matthew Weeks, your winner, and he's going to be fighting for a championship. Unbelievable. He got to the outside there, and are due to house rules here. Oh yeah, the car just bites in. Not a lot of downforce or side force there. Ah, that's a big blow for the 63, and they all just start piling in after that. But congratulations there. Not the Pro Edge racing car I thought would be in victory lane. I thought it might be the 56, but the 11 of Matthew Weeks is going to get it done here tonight. Congratulations to him. We are going to get our top 3 finishers of the night. But Matthew Weeks, this is going to be a very popular win. As soon as he gets in, we will talk to him. Nick Massey and RC Anderson. If you had told me RC is going to finish in the top 3 at the end of this race, I'd have been like, you're crazy. He did exactly that. I can't wait to talk to this man, even if I can't hear him. But he deserves to burn it down there. What a call on pit road, was involved in an accident and drove his heart out. All right, RC, can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I'm good. I can hear you guys.
I cannot hear you, so unfortunately, I'm just gonna ask you. You had one heck of a night there. Walk us through what it was like getting to the top 3, finishing third here tonight, and your chance at a championship. It seemed like all was gone, but you were able to get it. Explain us your night.
I mean, I've had these nights before, and they're very, very stressful. They kind of suck, really. It's you get involved in a wreck early, and then you spend half your time fixing damage and trying to put yourself back in position. I mean, I think I fixed a total of 6 minutes of damage. I think I got involved in like 3 or 4 incidents, and then if there's a crash happening, you clip one car, and now you got 30 seconds of damage. So it was tough. It's you're just trying to put yourself in position. And I think I got lucky on the last couple of restarts there, just being in the right spot to pick off cars to end up third. But biggest thing is congratulations to Pro Edge in Weeks. He hasn't had a win in a while, and I know he's been wanting one. And that was a heck of a race to do it. Especially, I think he still had 3 minutes of damage on his car. That thing looked like a crushed up soda can, and he was still able to get it done with the newer tires. So it was a good night. I think we could have had a win here, but with all the cautions and the different strategies, people staying out, people not staying out, I think everybody at some point got some damage. So it was a bit of a crapshoot, but I enjoyed it and I had a lot of fun, and just happy that I had a solid finish and looking forward to try to making the championship 4.
Hey, RC, this is Dave. I'm kind of filling in since Alex couldn't hear any of that. He'll listen back to it later on the replay. But I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and give your shout outs for this evening.
Oh, yeah, of course, Rico Machine Engineering Group. They're on every single one of my cars. I think it's been pretty good luck. I've got to shout them out a lot. and that's a really good thing. And we were been in the chase in all 3 series, so it's been a really good run this year, and just trying to cap it off with at least the championship. In one of the classes, the Xfinity one looks a little more promising. But yeah, and then obviously you guys up here in the booth, you guys do an awesome job. I love coming back and watching the broadcasts over and listening to them. And you guys do a really good job. Chad, who runs the league, he's awesome. Nobody's ever going to be happy 100% of the time, and he does a really good job of dealing with that and try to make everything as fair as possible. And then, of course, Pro Edge Racing. It's my first season with them, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, we all hang out a lot in Discord, and even when we're not racing, and it's always been a really good group, and we're all trying to push each other to be a little quicker. So it's been a really good fun time, and I'll see you guys hopefully soon up here.
All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you at Kansas.
And Dave, I got it to work.
Yay!
At the end of the race, I finally got my settings to work. They were not yours. It was
there we go.
An operator error. But congratulations there, RC.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
All right, let's get second place there. Nick Massey. Oh my goodness, it looked like toward the end you were going to have the car to beat, but that late race caution flag kind of ruined things. Walk us through your night and surviving to get it up to second place.
Yeah, it's nice to finally talk to you guys. I feel like it's been a while. I haven't had great runs recently, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was running tail end of the top 5. I feel like most of the race, and then you know, it's so hard to pass those guys up there. Everybody's so equal and everything. And then one of those late race cautions, we ran like 10 or 15 laps, and I decided to take 2 and got out in the lead, and surprisingly was able to hang on and stayed out again. And me and Weeks were having a great run to the end there. It sucks that last caution came out with like 5 to go and kind of split that up, but I think we're gonna have a pretty awesome finish, because I was driving as hard as I could to make sure it didn't catch me. But yeah, and then it just turned into kind of chaos at the end there, with guys staying out on tires and green white checkers and all the different tire strategies going on. But yeah, overall survived the night and we'll take a P2 for sure.
You were able to get yourself a good run. And as you mentioned, we hadn't talked to you very much there. What's the season been like, knowing that it just hasn't been your best, but at the same place you've had success? I believe you won this race here last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think I ended up lucking into that one a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely been tough. I mean, I got eliminated this last round of the chase. Just the tracks just didn't work out for me. Didn't suit my driving style, and just things didn't fall my way. But yeah, nice to finally get a good solid finish here. Those green white checkers were crazy, because me and Weeks and all those guys back there were on tires, and I started on the low line, and I decided to shoot it down there on the flat underneath on the apron, because I felt like that was my only chance to make some moves down there. And I didn't know what it was going to do, because I never tried it in practice, didn't try it at all during the race, and I was a little nervous, but got a little sideways, but we made it work down there.
Yeah, I noticed that at one point I was all like, he's all the way below the line there, but you made it stick, and you got up to second place. Want to give you the chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like.
Yeah, just shout out to my teammates, Shane Tarian up there in the playoffs, and Joey Chapman getting the top 5 tonight. How about that? And then Bronson Stafford, who couldn't make it tonight. He's on a cruise. Lucky guy. But yeah, shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast too. I know got a little late start there, but all worked out, and thanks for doing it.
All right, Nick Massey, congratulations there. Second place, not too shabby.
Hey, Nick, I just wanted to see what it was like to be like Chris and show up like 5 minutes before we go on the air.
Yeah. 9:30 start, it'll show up at 9:30 or 9:29.
All right, that was Nick Massey there, second place runner-up. Now we are about to hear from a very, very happy winner here tonight. I'm excited for this interview. Matthew Weeks, you did it, man. Did you think you'd be celebrating victory lane here tonight?
After the first run when I was stuck in like eighth, no. But once, I think something happened to RC, and then it was me and Tate up there for a while. Like maybe I had a shot. And then after I got wrecked and I started driving mad and I drove back through the field, I was like, yeah, we're winning this race tonight.
Well, rightfully so. I had noticed and said that you had gotten taken out. Walk us through what happened in that wreck from your vantage point, and then
um, I know people stayed out, and my goal was I was trying to get in front of them before Gavel, because Gavel had fresh tires too. And then I think Gavel just got loose on my outside trying to hurry and get by him, and he smacked the ball, and and then came down to me and turned me. And then I think Zach Rogers hit me, so I had like 4 minutes of damage. I only fixed like a minute of it, so I still had like 3 minutes and 20 seconds, maybe 3 minutes and 15 seconds of damage left still, and the car drove fine. Don't know how, man, but
you were able to get it done. And this, I believe, this does lock you in to the championship 4 round, right?
yeah, dude, I'm hyped. I'm excited, but I'm disappointed. I pinch Hank too much. I should not have pinch Hank that much, knowing the tire disadvantage. I should have gave him a little bit more room, and we rubbed doors, and it caused him to wreck. And I hate winning like that. Like this is probably the most disappointed win I've had probably ever, dude. Because I don't like racing like that. It sucks that it come down to that how that happened because I really wanted to race him for it, especially in before Massey when the caution comes out. Man, me and Massey were gonna have a battle. Just kind of sad about how it ended though.
Well, you can't go back and fix it now, right? You're on your way, looking forward there. Walk us through what's on your mind these next couple of weeks here, and how you plan on getting that championship.
I'm just gonna keep racing. I'm gonna keep coming out and trying to race for wins, man. I like Kansas, and I think Bristol's next. I like that, so I'm just show up, race hard, put some time at Nashville. I think that's the championship racing cup, and that's one of my favorite tracks. So I'm excited to race for a championship there. So it's gonna be a good one, man. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out swinging. We're gonna go hard.
Alrighty, well, as the winner of the and survivor of the night, gonna give you the chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like.
Um, Shout out to 213 Simware, a huge sponsor for me, man. I'm glad they hopped on board and they commit. It's crazy that they committed to all the way to the end of 2023 with me, man. So I love that. Pro Edge Racing, we've been friends for so long. I'm glad, glad to keep racing for Ethan. It sucks he's not racing the cup no more. Uh, Justin, with JV Designs making this awesome scheme, JD Designs making other schemes for me, and you guys up in the booth, I tell you every time I finish up here, Alex, so glad to see you back, man, because we was worried about you for a while, man, so I was glad to see you up here again, and Chad, and shout out to Hank, man, I'm so sorry to do him like that, I apologize, man, me and him always race hard, and everyone else, man, good race tonight, it was bad with a lot of cautions, but it was fun.
All right, Dave, you got anything you'd like to add?
Nope. Glad to hear. Glad you can finally hear me, and you can go back and watch the replay. And I was talking to you at times there, Alex. So.
I can't believe it was an operator error. It was definitely my Discord. I didn't have my output settings, but I never mess with my settings in Discord. I even got on here like early and everything. I was so mad.
We made it work.
We did. But congratulations there, Matthew Weeks. First driver to punch his golden ticket into the championship for Pro Edge Racing is proud.
Thank you, man. Y'all have a good night.
You too, man. All right there, Dave. Well, it has been a long night. So we won't keep you and anybody else that's still watching around longer, but be sure to join us next week, 8:30. We take on the high banks of, I believe, Bristol is next.
Kansas. Kansas.
It's Kansas. Okay. So we have the Hampshire Speedway. That's always a fun mile and a half. And then Bristol, and then Nashville. So quite a couple of weeks to settle it up here, and you're not going to want to miss a thing. But from all of us here from the JoinAPS.com Cup Series, thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying with us through those technical difficulties. My voice is giving out, so I'm going to call it a night. Have a great night. We will see you next